What's up, everybody? This is Master and Gamer, and welcome to another live stream. How are y'all doing today? This is a very special episode we have here. Live podcast. Yeah, I know. Exciting. Say hello, Astro. Wait, can they hear you? Do I speak or be spoken to?
On my end.
Now fine. You're unmuted. Please go on.
Okay. I guess it'll just have to be a recording on my end for the first one because this is being a nightmare. But we can figure out streaming afterwards. It's fine.
Yeah.
On my end, we can figure out the stream.
It's one of those flying by the shit of our pants type streams, I guess.
That's always what this podcast is. It doesn't matter if it's live or not.
Mm-hmm. That's true. All right, hello everybody in chat. Welcome. Hello, Kotuko, first time chatter on Twitch. Welcome. What a first podcast, or should I say, first live stream to tune into. Welcome though. Now, chat, can you all hear Astro?
Hello, hello.
Apparently, they can hear you.
Good. Am I too loud? Am I too quiet?
Oh yeah, I guess that's the other thing. Is he too loud? Do you want me to make him quieter?
I mean, I'd hope the audio balancing is good. I assume it's the same that we had on the last stream I was on.
Probably.
Yeah.
Fine volume-wise. All right. Yeah, I think we're good to go then. So do what you need to do. You know, I won't look.
All right.
But
well, normally I would just say hello, everyone. We're back, and then introduce Ian as the co-host today. But you know, we're streaming on Ian's channel, so that might be redundant. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about. Well, first of all, welcome to the Astro Radio podcast. This is a podcast that we've been doing for years, but we finally had the bright idea to bring it to live streaming because Ian told me it was a good idea, and I was like, okay, sure, we can do that after some convincing. So here we are, and today we are going to be talking about our thoughts in retrospect on Season 1, and we're going to go into a little bit on Season 2, and Sierra, and, well, I guess we just have Ian's description of the stream here. New hero Sierra, skins, balance changes, and more. How very fun. So that's the topic for today. This is going to be a generally sort of different vibe than I think most of Ian's viewers are used to. This is going to be a little bit more candid, I would say. So, yeah, that's my spiel. What do you got to
add? What you said.
All right, sick. Okay.
They want to know if they do ! Hi Suki, will you say hello to them?
I'm not Suki. If you do an exclamation
right,
hi Astro,
there's your answer. Oh, chat, try that. See what happens. But hello to everybody in chat, by the way, real quick. Special thank you to all the people tuning in. Hello, Shadow Dragon, Crusader Bunny, Kotaku, Ian, Ricardo, Gize, welcome. Silver Lilies, Rookie, Tender, Peter, Diego, and of course, our guest, Astro. All right, you can go now.
Am I even the guest? I thought you were the guest. This is my podcast.
Yeah, well, this is my live stream. So I was welcoming you to my live stream. Now you get to welcome me to your podcast.
Yes. That's how we'll do it.
Hello, Phil, as well. Welcome.
Yes. Hi, Tender Pulsar. Hello.
Yes,
Ricky.
This is the new companion chat. This is, believe it or not, I know you might not have been able to tell. This is an AI replica of Astro that we're talking to right now. Today.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, no, I'm the best. I'm the best stream companion you can possibly get because I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually funny.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
So, all right, I say we get started. So, I guess we should probably start with season one. What did you think of it? I thought it was interesting. I guess maybe that's a bit of a cop out answer, but it's like it went better than I expected. I honestly expected it to be really rocky. I expected the hype to not carry over as well as it did. But I was honestly pleasantly surprised to see that the game apparently got more players on its second week than it did its first, which is always a really good sign.
I think it was an extremely successful relaunching of Overwatch. Like
Yeah.
more successful than I would have thought them capable of, you know, pre-spotlight. So to that end, yeah, I think season one was great. Um it did what it needed to bring people back, and I think a lot of those people have stayed too into this season even. So
Have put, how about we put on some Halo 4 menu music in the background? I can do that in like post production, but we should do that next
also,
time.
have you
Yeah.
said hello to all the people that said exclamation mark hi Astro?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I wasn't listening, so
Uh, no, that's a good idea, in Ricardo. We should do that next time. That's a good idea. Because that's what I always do on my podcast. Um, yeah. So no, I totally agree. I was not even expecting it to really work that well, but it did. And uh, for better or for worse, Overwatch is back, baby.
yeah, I think it is. Silver Lilies brings up a very good point that the skins in season one were shit, as were most of the skins in season two, with the
Yeah.
shining exception, I suppose, of the Void skins and now the Rainy Day skins.
Yes.
But
The
other than
Voidwalker
that,
skins
yes, I
are
think
excellent,
Blizzard's doing a very good job.
especially with the new heroes are all great.
Mm-hmm.
I Domina is probably one of my favorite characters they've ever added. Same with Emre. Domina and Emre are absolutely incredible. I've put an ungodly amount of hours into both of them. Uh, I think Domina, especially, is an incredibly well written character, which I'm very happy to see. She's got a lot of Azula vibes, which I always like. And Emre is John Halo, so how could I possibly complain about that? And Anrin is, well, we had the whole face thing, but that got resolved thankfully. And she is like a cardboard cutout of a character, but she's fun to play, so that's good. Um, Mizuki is a nothing burger. I honestly couldn't give less of a shit about Mizuki. And Jetpack Cat is hilarious. I love the cat. I don't care what anyone says. I love that cat.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've expressed my thoughts on the characters pretty extensively at this point. I don't know that we need to retread that. Obviously, I quite enjoy Mizuki gameplay wise. I don't particularly share your sentiment about Domina, either in the story or gameplay department, but I think she's fine. Anrin is yeah, Cat is yeah, and I quite like Emre because I love his dynamic with Freya. I never thought it was possible, but they found a way to make Freya a likable character by introducing Emre, and now I love both of them. And together, they're like some of my favorite current heroes in the game. And like the story wise, is because they're characters I actually care about because they actually care about something themselves as characters, which is each
Hell yeah.
other.
Exactly. No, you're right. Like they finally convinced me to like actually maybe consider looking into Freya as like a character to pick up because she's interesting.
Like, oh
Like
my
I
god, these are people with passions and desires and complex, difficult things because it's not as simple as just haha, do the thing and win.
exactly. It's they finally, they managed to take a pretty boring character and make him interesting, which is not something they have proven particularly able to do before.
They finally let a writer into the Overwatch writing room. It's incredible.
Well, apparently they did it after they wrote the Vendetta cinematic, but yeah.
Well, of course. Either that or they just threw enough darts at the board that one of them finally hit the target.
Yes, that's the vibe I get. Unfortunately, I don't think we can really expect many other of the previous Nothing Burger heroes to get good writing. I wouldn't expect it anytime soon, but I'll take it with Freya.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. What else? There was the event that went on, like the Overwatch versus Talon. That was fine. I kind of had nothing to say. But, oh, we had those videos that were like uh character spotlights, sort of
Yeah.
like narrated JPEGs, as you call them.
Yeah.
I actually didn't really watch. Okay, so
Go on.
I didn't really watch the 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 video versions too closely
Oh, I
because I
thought
just
you say you didn't look at them, period. You don't know
no
you saw
no
Domino's and
no.
Mizuki's.
I watched all of them and I was kind of like, okay. Um, and then I actually read Domino's, and Domino's is way better if you read it. It's already pretty. I would already say it's probably the best of the ones that are just like video, but it's easily the best written one as well. Like it's because like let's be honest, the Emre one is sort of a nothing burger. The um the cat one is a nothing burger. It just comes with the terrifying drawing of Briggs' face.
Yeah.
Uh, and the Mizuki one is god awful. Like it was hard for me to listen through it because that like Japanese accent imitation was so bad that like it made me shrivel up a little inside.
I mean, what's worse, that or Kiriko just flat out having a West Coast American accent,
Uh
despite supposedly being Japanese, like exclusively?
I mean, okay, this is the way I can sort of justify that to myself, right? If you grow up watching a lot of like American television or whatever, and like that's your primary exposure to English, your accent's probably going to sound a little bit more like that when you speak English. Like we literally know someone like that. Their name is Ness.
Okay.
Like the reason Ness sounds American when they speak English is because of that. Um so it's not impossible that that's sort of what happened with Kiriko. Um but no, the genuine answer is just because Kiriko sucks and they wrote her in a way that sucks. So that was just sort of that's sort of it.
Damn, them fighting's words.
Uh we can do the obligatory Kiriko ranting out if you want.
No, it needs to come about naturally.
Yeah, it needs to come about naturally. Um no, I honestly I think it's almost better with Mizuki because Mizuki apparently one of his parents, his mother was I guess American based on his accent. So I would guess that's probably what's going on. There's at least a reason for Mizuki, but that has nothing to do with the video. Like that the voice that guy did for Toshiro was painful. About to punch me in the face.
Don't you mean kick?
Try.
She kicks people in the face, not punches them. Kicks
She
in the
she
face.
can try. I'm twice her size.
Also, welcome everybody else coming in. Hello, BT23. Good to see you. Victor as well. Welcome. Rappa. Hope you're all having a good day.
So, yeah, that's Suki got cast out into the void for this stream. Damn right. I'll see if I can shut the airlock behind
I
her.
forgot to do go on. Keep going.
Oh. Yeah, she's out in the void. Maybe I can convince Ian to shut the door, the airlock behind her. I know I won't be able to, but uh, yeah. So that's sort of my thoughts on those stories. What did you think?
Um, yeah, I mean, it's basically that. Like, I don't have the exact same grievances. I think I more just have grievances with that format of storytelling. Period. I think
Oh no,
it's
I agree with
like
that.
pathetic and weak, basically.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fine. So I don't know. Unless you got anything to really else to talk about with season one, I guess we could move on to season two.
I think we should move on to season 2.
All right. Well, I guess the one last thing I'll add is that the Voidwalker Sigma skin is the best thing. It's like the best skin they've added basically ever. So I'll take that. That'll be my closing thoughts on that. Season two. I'm gonna be so real with you, man. I don't care.
Really? Okay. I'm
I'm
much
like,
curious to hear you elaborate on this.
I okay, okay. Maybe I should rephrase that. I love Ramattra and Stadium.
Okay.
Everything else I don't care about. I am wholly uninterested by Sierra. Uh, we made the we made the rather arrogant mistake of assuming that this hero was going to be interesting. And
You made that mistake. I never claimed such a thing was going to happen.
well, okay, but okay, yeah, that's fair, I guess. But like we talked about, like, oh, she's gonna be all these different interesting things, and then it's just like, nah, she's just some like 20 like 8-year old who's somehow like the head of like a private weapons firm.
Is she even 28? I thought
We don't
it was
know, but
revealed
she's
that she
like,
was younger than that.
I don't know. She's less than 40, which is about the age you would expect for someone in her position, at least. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she really should have just been a rookie. Exactly. No, she's sort of she's a nothing burger, but that's okay. They
I
can't all be zingers.
I think she's worse than a nothing burger, if I'm being honest. Like, I think she's the least inspired character I've ever seen in Overwatch.
Really, even less inspired than Freya.
Yes. I
Wow.
I think Freya at least had like, granted, I might be biased now because of what they've retroactively done with Freya. Sierra is at least as bad as launch Freya. I would say probably worse. Because Freya
But
at least had the kind of interesting element of like an Overwatch agent that's like gone bad, but not in like they just went to Talon. Even though she at this
right,
point is with Talon, that's beside the point. She was like, it's not like there was like something there that kind of like connected with the other story and like characters going on with Freya, where it's like, okay, she's out of nowhere and nothing, but like at least she's kind of connected and offers like a slightly new frame of like what happens to ex Overwatch people. Sierra is just, I mean, maybe nothing burger is the word because she's just nothing. Like she's just she's a cardboard cutout in terms of
like
characters. Like there's nothing there. It's just a like, yes, you've added a human to the roster. They grabbed some random southern chick off the street and put her in the game. That's all she is. She's just a person. Like there's nothing to her.
yeah. I mean, I guess for me, the one thing I will give Sierra is that she at the very least doesn't come across to me as like industry plant tier. She's not like she's not like Wu Yang or Anrin or Kiriko or Juno, where it's like this is just some like industry plant shit. Like I am trying to be gaslit into liking this nothing of this like absolute dog shit nothing burger of a character. Um, And at least they don't do that with Sierra. With Sierra, they just are like, here she is. And honestly, I respect that more.
Uh,
I respect presenting a nothing burger as a nothing burger more than I respect presenting a nothing burger as like, guys, this is the new hype character. Everyone love them. Like, I
I
think
disagree because at least an industry plant is interesting because it's like, oh, look at this. There's something like happening here. It may be contrived and forced and, you know, masterfully crafted by psychologists who want to corrupt you, but like at least there's something happening. Sierra is just pure filler. Like we need a hero for the season. Throw in Lady. Oh, she's tied to Helix. Oh, her kit is just like a tweaked version of abilities that exist in every other like character in the roster. Like, it's just nothing. She's just nothing.
I got such a kick out of of like the statement they made at like early on about like, oh, she has such an interesting skill shot, and because like the thought going through my mind was like, oh, maybe you like ricochet bullets off of the drone or something, like something really sick like that. No, it's just you just shoot a tracking projectile at someone. It's like it's cool, but it's not interesting. Like it's fun, it's not interesting. It's just sort of 1-2 done, which I mean isn't bad, but it's definitely like it's misaligned with what they seem to have been suggesting with their previous statements. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think Sierra is like the she is the perfect example of why I was worried about a 10 hero a year release schedule.
Mm.
I think she is the shining example, if you can even describe her with such an adjective, that she is the perfect example of why 10 heroes a year probably isn't a good idea.
I agree.
Because you get heroes like Sierra who are just literally nothing. And it's like, okay, you've added a hero, but like you've actually added nothing. And like even Blizzard just feels so blatantly aware where it's like it feels like they've just not given her any hype at all. Like they know she's a nothing and they're just like, here it is. It's in the game. We hit our quota. We got the hero out
Yeah.
for the season.
No, 100%. I was actually talking about that sort of thing exactly with Proto last night, and he was like, yeah, it's you know the problem with like the QA at this point is that they need to be so fast because that's like that's the model of like live service, that you know the quality suffers and we don't get that Blizzard polish anymore, and that's sort of exactly what I'm thinking with this. It's like they feel the need to be so fast because that's just the sort of like the brain rot that free to play live service enforces,
Mm-hmm.
that it we get stuff like Sierra. And it's not like I don't like that Sierra's on the roster. Like she's just entirely inoffensive. And she's
Yeah.
like she's like she's one of those background characters that I just like completely I'm gonna completely forget exists in like 2 months. She's like a Laurie. Well, actually, no, that's just not like a Laurie. I have a reason I remember why a Laurie exists, but it's I guess it's more like see, this is the problem. I'm not gonna think of Sojourn. It's more like Sojourn. Where like Sojourn, man, Sojourn sure does exist. Um, and it's yeah. The only time I think of Sojourn is when I have a Sojourn on the enemy team that's driving me up the wall. And I don't think Sierra's even going to drive me up the wall. Because I don't think she has the capacity to be nearly as annoying.
No.
Oh,
No.
Venture! Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like this is the inevitable reality of adding a new hero every season. Like let's just hope there's less of these heroes than there are decent heroes going forward, but we'll see.
Well, I would say that like it. First of all, I would say that we can I am always feeling confident that tanks will be good. And I know that's maybe a little bit over optimistic, but I always have a certain level of confidence that tanks are going to be like decent characters, like decently written, half design, like half well designed. It's just like they seem to put their oomph into tanks basically always, which I appreciate.
Do you think Demon is going to be a well-written character?
That's sort of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Demon probably will be a decently well written character because despite what a lot of people say, I think that Diva is actually a decently well written character. Really annoying, but a decently well written character. And I think that is what makes her different than Kiriko.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the role they're supposed to play as like the cutesy, like oh everyone loves this cute girl, but it's like I think the difference is that Diva is actually an interesting and well written character, and because they just seem to do that well with tanks, and they always have. Um, so because like I mean think about it, like how many characters in the tank roster are just like genuinely completely uninteresting characters?
Hazard.
Hazard. That's it.
Yeah.
It's literally just Hazard. And the fact that Hazard is so uninteresting is made up entirely by the fact that his voice actor is fucking hilarious.
It is incredible. Just total tangent. It is incredible how the VA for Hazard has redeemed and saved that character.
Yes.
Like that, he is the only likable, memorable thing about Hazard.
Oh,
Like
Zarya, that's true, Zarya.
not even
Sorry.
like just his voice in game, because like in game, like the voice is the best part of Hazard, but like
Yes.
his presence outside of the game itself in the Overwatch community is awesome as well. So
Well, apparently Hazard is super popular in Japan. It doesn't share
really,
the same voice actor. Yeah.
that's interesting.
I had no idea about this. Apparently Hazard is really interesting and is really well liked in Japan. I have no idea why.
Hmm,
But apparently Hazard merch just sells like hotcakes in Japan.
that's interesting.
Don't know. But
Woof,
yeah,
woof.
no, that woof woof. No, but that's the thing. Like I always have faith that tanks are going to be pretty good. I have like in order of like confidence of being interesting, I have the most confidence in tanks being interesting and the least confidence in DPS being interesting. That's sort of the way I would put it. Which is funny because just going backwards, looking back statistically, I think actually supports since Overwatch 2 started have been the weakest characters, but it's been it's been okay overall, I would say with supports. Just like ever since Overwatch started way back when.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, that's my thoughts on that. So yeah, Sierra's a nothing burger. I'm glad some people seem to like her. She seems kind of bad, unfortunately. She doesn't seem that strong.
Which I think is more evidence of her being a filler. They're like, all right, we don't want this filler character accidentally breaking things, so let's just make her slightly bad.
Yeah. So there's that. As I said, I absolutely love Ramattra and Stadium. I already have 4 separate builds that I've figured out,
Wow.
and I'm like playtesting. Yep. Because like one of them is based around Annihilation. One of them is based around one is Annihilation and Vortex. One is Nemesis Form and Block. Um one is just like one is Shield and his Void Accelerator, his primary fire. And then one is one is Dive Ramatra,
Mm.
where I can fly around on Ramatra like Doomfist.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because he has an item that makes it so that his vortex is like a trampoline. Uh, and he has a power that makes it so that he can lunge forward like Doomfist punch when he's blocking with his in Nemesis form. So you can play him like Doomfist.
Yeah.
Have you ever wanted to see a flying Ramattra?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm quite content with the image of Ramattra coming to me on foot to beat my ass. I don't know if he needs to fly, you know. I feel like that might be jumping the shark a little.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant though. That dive build just everyone gets caught off guard by it because you don't expect a Ramattra to come from above. No one in their right mind expects a Ramattra to drop on your head.
No, absolutely not.
And keep in mind, this is like another reason I love this build is because it's a tech build. It has techs. It has like frame perfect inputs that let you basically insta kill things. It's so good. As I said to Diego yesterday, close enough. Welcome back, DPS Doomfist. So I'm happy with Ramattra and Stadium, and I'm very excited about the cat coming.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one. Bringing in the cat.
Granted, Jetpack Cat feels made for Stadium. Like that level of just like goofy bullshit. That's Stadium incarnate. Like that's she was always meant for Stadium. So I'm honestly not surprised to see that she's being implemented so soon after her being added to the game. But yeah, I know you don't like Stadium, you don't play Stadium, but I hope you know that what they've got cooking with Ramattra and Stadium has brought me much joy. So
yeah, you and a number of people I've seen. People are pretty gung ho about.
Oh, what builds have I tested, Unicardo? I was just saying, I have a build that is based around Annihilation and his Vortex. I have another build that's based around Block and with like Nemesis form and just like punching stuff. I have one build that's based around his shield and his like primary fire with like the Dorito stream, as I call it, with his Void Accelerator. And I have one that is like Dive Ramattra where he flies basically, like Doomfist. And I think the most fun is probably flying Doomfist Ramattra. That's my favorite so far. Okay, so yeah, that's that. What else is there with this is sort of what I mean. There isn't really too much. I feel like there isn't too much to talk about other than like balance changes and like yeah, okay, I guess the balance changes are kind of a mess with this patch. Roadhog got nerfed, but I actually like him more now. I know that sounds strange, but I actually like the way he feels more after the nerfs, which is strange to say, but I genuinely think he feels better after the nerfs. Oh, perk changes. Yeah, I forget about perk changes because perks are like relegated to a part of my mind I try not to access unless I absolutely have to.
He flies now. Well put,
yeah,
Peter.
he flies now. Yeah, perk changes. I kind of don't even know what they did for the perk changes. I don't pay attention to perks. I try to ignore them. So it's like I've heard that some of them are kind of messy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't really played much like regular Overwatch since this season started. I basically have just been like hard grinding Ramattra and Stadium. But as I said, I've tried the Roadhog changes. The Roadhog changes actually feel pretty good. I like him more now than I did before. They are smoking something wild with those Mercy changes. God, I don't know what the hell they're doing over there. I don't know. They like murdered Vendetta in cold blood. Which listen, as soon as like the first two patches for Vendetta came out and she was just like nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed, I was like, maybe I shouldn't pick up this hero after all, even if she is a lot like DPS Doomfist. So I kind of just don't really know what to say anymore. It's just Sombra again, or Doomfist. What do I think about the RAM detonation perk being base kit now? I really like it. The one problem I have is that I never picked that perk because I always had a hard time judging the distance uh, at which to detonate it.
Yep,
So
I'm the
obviously,
exact same. I never like. I don't think I'm gonna use it. Is the thing. It's gonna be part of his base kit, but I'm just never gonna use it.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
like, yeah, I because of that, like I don't like it because it feels like wasted value now. That's
hmm
like in his kit that I'm just like never gonna utilize. But yeah, whatever. Like,
I'm always happy to see perks made base kit, but like, because I like, for example, I love the Anrin change where now like Hungering Blaze is sort of part of her base kit now, which I really like. Uh, but it's only some perks, right? Because I'm just of the general opinion that like these things shouldn't be like this perk system is stupid. This stuff should just be in their kits, at least some of it. So like it always feels right to me when something or other gets added to a base kit. But like no, you're right. It's weird with Ramattra. It's yeah. I'm gonna have to get used to using it because I do want to use it properly. Um, the problem actually, and Ian Ricardo just brought this up. It was good for the extra damage. The only problem is that they reduced the extra damage by a lot. I think it went from 50 to 15. So it's yeah, no, it's whatever. I don't hate it. It doesn't really affect me too much. I need to get used to throwing it and activating it at the right distance. Um, what other changes to do? The Lifeweaver ones are cool. I don't know. Lifeweaver gets anything, I'll take that. I've I don't like Lifeweaver in like a mechanical sense. I just like Lifeweaver as a character. I think he's hilarious.
mm-hmm.
So I'm always happy to see Lifeweaver getting a little bit of love. Um, that's sort of what I remember from these patch notes. I don't know. Oh yeah, they like gutted. Well, I guess they didn't gut. They like nerfed basically all the supports except Lifeweaver. That was interesting. For some reason, they buffed on his nade, which made me want to like chew on cement out of rage. Um, yeah. I don't know. What else they got? Can you think of anything?
Kiriko healing.
Oh yeah. Diego was showing this to me earlier. She's just apparently optimal as a heal bot now. That sucks.
Yeah,
Like it's
she definitely like I can feel it. She's better at healing. So yeah,
just
yeah,
that's lame. They made her optimal as a heal bot.
yeah. Hello, Double Edge. Welcome. Also, Tinte, I saw you come in. Welcome as well.
So that's not good. Um, I don't know. I saw they decreased the duration of Weihong's like surfboard or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
It's yeah, I don't know. All I know is that the two supports that they buffed, Lifeweaver and Ana, I was really happy to see Lifeweaver buffed, and I was infuriated to see Ana buffed. So, and the Mercy thing I think is just so ridiculous, and it's just taking the piss. So, you can call it a nerf, you can call it a buff, you can call it whatever you want. I think it's just a ridiculous change. uh, the rework map, I've played it on it. I've played on it a singular time. I have no idea.
I've actually played it a few times already.
And
I love it.
really,
Aesthetically, if for no other reason. I feel like that's something they're really doing, like, because it's the same thing they did with the Saravasa and especially the New Junk City rework. They're like pumping up the vibrancy and aesthetic of maps, which I love. I'm so glad that that's like their new direction. It's one of the
hmm.
reasons I love Atlas so much. It's like not as vibrant as some of the other maps, but like the aesthetics and theming of it is so good.
I'm not thinking
Um,
about that when I play Atlas. I'm thinking, oh fuck, Atlas. Ugh.
well, you just got to get used to it because it's a great map.
Well, no. They added map votes, so we can get rid of Atlas whenever we want now. We never have to play Atlas ever again.
I had a match where no one voted for Atlas but me, and then we got Atlas. So
Oh,
it can still happen.
democracy loses again.
Yes. Antarctic Peninsula, though. Love it. I love the aesthetics they changed on it. Gameplay wise, it feels like it more or less plays the same to me.
Yeah.
I think the one that actually feels the biggest, like the most different in terms of gameplay, is actually the ship. Because like that main path up along like the side has been like cut where there's like a gap now. So you can go kind of forward through there, but not back because there's like a drop off. So the ship actually plays fairly differently, but the other two I feel like play the same. The subterranean and the lab portion. I feel like those both play basically the same as they used to.
Well, okay, as I said, I only had one game on it, and like we kind of got rolled. So it was I can't really say too much. I do like the idea of the hazard section, like the freezing hazard that's like on the roof of the underground section though. I like that.
It's weird. It reminds me of like the low gravity outside Horizon, where it's like, when are you ever going to go up there? Unless you're like deliberately going up there to die. Like half the roster can't even reach up there. It's like, oh, is the cat gonna fly up there and die? Like by accident, maybe?
it is specifically for clips of Jetpack Cat accidentally flying into it and dying.
Either that or Farah rocketing up and then just like freezing in it. I don't know how I feel about it, because like it's funny, which is probably why they added it, but like it's also nothing. So
that's
like
fine.
It doesn't add anything, but I guess it's kind of funny. So like I can't say I dislike it or don't think they should have added it, but
Zarya can get charged from it? That's crazy.
From the Blizzard Ball.
Oh.
Really? How? By bubbling someone who goes up into it?
Yeah.
It must be, because she couldn't get up there herself.
Oh, weird.
You just farm charge off of the Blizzard now?
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they had to dunk on Hammond when they showcased it. Of all the heroes that they easily could have showcased dying in the Blizzard, they had to do Wrecking Ball, of course.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw that part of the trailer, because they were like showing off like new skins and stuff, I was like, Wrecking Ball skin? Oh, he's just getting shit on by a Blizzard.
I don't remember if I've asked you this. Probably not recently, in which case I can ask you again. Do you think current Blizzard loathes the existence of Wrecking Ball? Do you think they wish he wasn't in the game the same way I wish Sombra wasn't in the game?
I think that depends on what, like, on you got to be more specific. Are you saying the devs? Are you saying
the devs? The team.
Oh, the devs?
The developers behind Overwatch. Do you think they wish Wrecking Ball didn't exist?
No, I don't get that sense at all. I think it's more that Wrecking Ball is easily a casualty of any sort of CC they add to the game. I don't think they specifically are thinking, "Oh man, let's fuck over Wrecking Ball." I think it's that, like, they design a hero like Mizuki, and I don't think they specifically have Wrecking Ball in mind. It just screws over Wrecking Ball. Like, that's sort of the sense I get.
No, I agree. I think it is the case that they're like, I guess that's the thing. Maybe they don't loathe him, but they're most comfortable keeping him in a state where he's bad.
Yes, I would say that's true.
Much like it seems like they might be trying to do with Sierra now. They're like, we're just going to let her be bad so she doesn't like ruin anything and give ourselves more work. We're just going to let Wrecking Ball be countered by everything that gets added to the game.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope that that they sort of do that same thing with Roadhog, because I know he's not very good now, but it's better than seeing some goofy ass rework they try and pull. because it's going to be terrible if they
Where do
actually
you
go through
stop
with it.
then if that becomes the philosophy for heroes? We have like 50 heroes in the game now. How
Yeah.
many of them need to be just like intentionally bad?
I don't think it's something you should be. Yeah, I think it should be like a last resort. But I would say this is the way I think about it. If a hero's identity is something that like people tend to find annoying, I am of a strong opinion that a hero's identity is more important than their like them being like really viable. So I would always rather see a hero be like kind of meh, but like very much in line with like their identity and their hero fantasy than I would like, oh, this hero is now way more balanced and like the edges have been smoothed out. But they're just sort of like a completely different hero identity now. Like I hate that. I hate that. It doesn't matter if it's a hero I originally like. It doesn't matter if it's a hero I originally hate. I loathe when they take heroes and just smooth out all the edges with a rework or just even with balance changes and are just like, yeah, they're balanced now. Isn't that great? They can be good now. It's like
Brig.
exactly like Brig. like 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 Brig, like I'm worried they're gonna do with Roadhog. It's like, listen, some characters are bullshit, and that's fine. It's just you it's better to have some diversity because like this is the thing I've always I hate about modern Overwatch is like it feels like the direction always needs to be and Jetpack Cat was such a breath of fresh air in this. It feels like heroes need to be like smoothed out. Their edges need to be smoothed out. They all need to, fit some role really well. And it's just like, nah, let some like weird characters exist in there that do weird things and like they just they can be annoying as hell. It's but that's just who they are. Like that's so much more interesting to me than, here's Sierra who like yeah, she isn't even good, but like I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I don't think even with the auto tracking she has the potential to be that annoying.
No.
It's yeah. Um but although I've said this to Diego, I am of the opinion that out of the three heroes they stated they're gonna be that they have on a short list for reworks, I honestly think the only one that's actually going to happen is Sombra. I don't think. I think we're going to end up in a Moira situation where we're not going to hear anything about the Lifeweaver and Roadhog reworks for 8 months, and then they're just going to say, "Yeah, we scrapped it." I think that's the most likely because I don't. The heroes are so specific in what their identities are that like you can't really mess with it that much. I don't think and have it work.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think there's a very good chance that's what happens. Also, Reaper, another hero they said they're going to rework like a year ago, and that never happened. Probably
Yeah,
more than a
exactly.
year ago at this point. That was actually like a long ass time ago. They mentioned Reaper getting a rework.
Yeah, I think especially because I do not trust these devs with reworks. I the only brief period of time where I had genuine faith in the Overwatch devs with reworks was when they reworked Torbjorn and they did the second rework for Symmetra. Those are the only two like hard major reworks in this game that I've ever liked. Every single other one I have not liked. And like that includes Bastion, that includes Mercy, that includes Sombra 1 and 2 and 3, I guess. And that includes Doomfist, and that includes so on and so forth. And Roadhog when he had the stupid like mine or whatever. I don't remember what it was
No,
called.
that version was better. That version was better. That was the
Ugh,
best version Hog has ever had, and they took it away.
ugh, you never played enough Hog. You wouldn't understand.
I've played plenty of Hog.
How many hours on Hog do you
Reworked
have,
Hog was
Ian?
better. I don't know. I'd have to check.
Are we talking 400 hours like me?
No.
Yeah.
How many hours do I have on Kiriko? I'm actually curious. Give me a second.
The only rework Hog needs is bringing back his old one. No, God, no! Please, no, 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 no! I hated uh not having the primary and secondary fire
No,
separate.
no, I agree, Peter. That is exactly what I want them to do. I loved that version of Hog. He was so fluid to play.
There wasn't that satisfying chunk when you
I don't
like perfectly
care.
distance.
I don't care because his primary fire actually felt good instead of a
I thought
fucking piss cannon where it just sneezes on you. Like
I
I
thought that
hate that version of
I
him. The uniform shot was so much better.
I thought that uniform shot was felt piss. I was
No.
oh God. Okay, whatever. But no, I genuinely don't think they're going to rework him, especially since it seems like the response to these nerfs are pretty positive. Um, like I saw all the typical like uh suspects for like hog haters being like, haha, they beat Roadhog with hammers, yippee, ha ha ha. And I'm sitting there like, I actually like this more. He feels better. That's fine. I don't care. I think we might have all won with this uh Roadhog nerf. Uh I miss tank mode Bastion. Yeah, I miss old Bastion period. I hate new Bastion. It feels awful. It doesn't feel like Bastion. Bastion was always defined by the ability to change whenever you wanted. Honestly, I think if the assault mode was not a cooldown, I think I would actually be pretty much fine with him, but it's not. So just
I
that
don't
one
know.
thing
I
screws
like the
it.
current Bastion. I like him more
It's
than any previous version of Bastion.
That's insanity to me.
He actually feels like
That's
he's playable.
that's the thing. Yeah, he is technically better, but he doesn't feel like Bastion.
I don't care. He's playable at least.
That's sort of exactly what I was talking about. It's like I'd rather a hero just be themselves than be good.
It's not even whether or not he's good, it's whether or not he's playable. Like, would you
He was
rather the hero
playable.
not perfectly fit the fantasy or not exist? That's what you're asking
I mean,
with this.
Old Bastion was playable. He was just not good.
He was so bad. He was so situational, so team
Yeah,
dependent.
yeah.
Miserable playing him.
But honestly, it still felt better than what I have to do now because that just feels off. It feels bad. It doesn't. It just. It feels wrong. It feels wrong.
No, I agree the constant transformation is a bit of a bummer because being able to just jump back and forth between the two is always great. But I think that's just a compromise that had to be made in order to make him actually playable.
No, I think it would have been fine if they had just made like tank mode like a regular mode that he could have had as like a substitute if you really wanted to have like something more consistent than just the turret. But like the turret needed to stay. Like the turret it was Bastion. Like having a mode where Bastion was immobile was Bastion. That's
So bad though.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why it would have been fine because he never had an E slot. He never had an ability to. They could have done like a Torb or a Symmetra and given the tank mode as that instead. That was always a limited time anyways.
That would have just ended up being kit bloat at that point.
This entire game is kit bloat. We've gone so far off the deep end with kit bloat. Have you seen the new Mercy changes? Like at this
I've
point,
not. I've just seen people screaming, and I'm like, all right, just not going to look at that.
no, we are well off the deep end with kit bloat. And like I try to avoid it wherever I can, but I think in this case it would have been beneficial. Because like, let's be honest, it's not like Bastion was so simple. It would have been okay to add one more ability. Bastion was simpler than Roadhog. He literally didn't even have a secondary ability. So, I think it would have been fine. Except tracing. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's I we got to this point off of the conversation about reworks. Yeah, I think Sombra is the only one that's actually going to happen. I've been yapping my ass off though. You got anything to talk about? You have anything to add? This isn't supposed to be me monologuing.
That's what the podcast always is. Astro monologues while Master Ian Gamer listens quietly, like a good little child. Kiriko is almost caught up with Wrecking Ball in terms of playtime for me.
That's alarming.
277 on Wrecking Ball, 263 on Kiriko. It'll happen soon. And both of them are almost catching up finally on Diva. That's actually wild to think about. It's been a decade. And it took a decade for Diva to almost be dethroned as my most played hero in Overwatch. That is insane.
Yeah, I mean, Bastion and Doomfist have still not even gotten close to being dethroned for me.
Did I even exist like in 2016, or was I just like perpetually affiliated with Overwatch? Mind, body, and soul. Like I can't even fathom how I pumped 200 plus hours into Diva over the course of like 6 months. I don't even know. Like in retrospect, I've been playing this game for years, and only now is any other hero remotely coming close to competing with her playtime.
And you don't even play Wrecking Ball that often anymore because he's terrible.
I play him a decent bit. Okay. I barely play Diva, which is the really funny thing. Like, I've barely played her since, like, 2017, and she's still sat as my most played.
That's crazy. Wow. All right.
Yeah. I do play a decent bit of Wrecking Ball. I tend to play Wrecking Ball more off-stream recently because, you know, he takes a lot of focus. Like, Kiriko, you can just heal bot. Like, that's easy. But like Wrecking Ball, you gotta like focus on what you're doing, and that's extremely hard to do while streaming.
Here, I thought you didn't really play this game off stream anymore.
Not really. But like when I do, I'm usually playing Wrecking Ball.
Gotcha. I understand. It's like I understand why you tend to play like Kiriko and Juno on stream, because you need to be able to like only be using half your brain.
Yeah, and also, you know, marketing. Like, you know, haha, cute girl. Tune into the stream, see cute girl on screen. Dopamine go up. People don't want to look at a smelly rodent.
You don't even see her. You just see her arm.
That's enough for some people.
God. Okay. Sure,
Diva simp. How dare you, Tinte? I haven't simped for Diva in almost a decade, I'll have you know.
Diva, Sigma, and Baptiste. That's a good lineup. In place of his ball off stream.
Just the one, though.
Just the one. Yeah, no, it's Diego. No, it is interesting though, yeah, because it's the same for me. I literally haven't dethroned Bastion and Doomfist still. It's you know, because like Sigma and it's interesting because like Bastion and Doomfist are almost exactly even, and Sigma and Roadhog are almost exactly even, and then you just have a huge gap, and then you just have like Mauga, and like that's sort of it, and then a little further down you have Emre. So, because God, I put an ungodly number of hours into Emre during season 1. I already have like 40 hours on him.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I love Emre. He is so fun. I am so sad that like Slayer game mode seems to have disappeared into the void.
Didn't they say it was coming back?
Did they?
I saw something saying that it was coming back at some point, like this season, like soon. I don't know.
Hopefully.
I might just be fabricating memories again.
Well, I certainly loved the April Fool's version of Emre. Oh, April Fool's Emre was so good. I was in my happy place. Like it sticks with me so well. I was in a game with Diego and I think Ness, and there was a certain play that I made where, like, fire off the last round of his ult, you kill one guy, you get the last guy down to like 1 health, you finish him off with the primary fire, and then you have another guy who like attacks you, you stick him with the grenade, they kill you, and then they die. And I'm like, that is the most Halo play I have ever done in Overwatch. That is so like fundamentally Halo. It was so good. I had so many moments of like pure joy playing April Fool's Emre, which is good because like basically every other hero I enjoy playing a lot in the April Fool's was like not very good in the April Fool's mode.
Yeah, who did I play in that? I didn't play it. Like I did, but like,
Really?
Oh yeah, I liked Sigma and Brig.
Yeah, I thought the Sigma was fun, but it was just like
I loved Shotgun Rock. It was great. So satisfying.
I thought it was fun for like the first game, but then I was like, wait, this just doesn't do what I want Rock to do. So like, I'm actually kind of not into it. It lost its novelty real quick because I realized, oh wait, it's hard to get a kill confirm off of this. So, because that's what I primarily like Rock for. I thought Anarin was sort of fun, but then you would start like using your secondary fire when you were like jumping, and I would just be like, oh fuck, I'm off the map. See ya. Because it blows you backwards. It was awful. And Domina didn't get changed at all except for funny shapes, which I mean, like, the cube was low-key busted, but like every other shape was terrible. It was always good when you got the cube with the barrier, because it was just like, ah yes, I now have a, like, pretty much almost a better Winston bubble. Ram ult felt better in April Fool's, in my opinion. What did they do with the Ram ult? Oh, right.
It healed you.
Yeah. Ram had like the one-man army. That was fun. It was fun. I think if basically everything he did had lifesteal, it would be a little bit more fun. Because like when I played Ramattra in that mode, it so often like turned into I'm standing around at like 20 health.
Mm-hmm.
Because like there's no one currently to throw a vortex at. And there's no one to ult, so I'm just standing here at 20 health.
It was a very interesting, like, design concept for a hero. Not even for Ramattra specifically, per se, just for a hero to be, like, perma anti-healed, but then have, like, unique abilities that mitigate that. It was like, that's an interesting idea for a character. And I don't know if it would ever actually work in practice, but I did like just how unique that felt as like a character design.
Well, they
it's like the gimmick for the character.
They do tend to use April Fool's modes as like tests for hero mechanics.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was the intention with that one. If they have like an idea for something and they're like, ooh, let's see if this works by slapping it on a Ram.
I think happens. I think very clearly what they did with Juno's Hyper Ring is like a test for a future hero ability.
Oh, yeah. Like a jump pad deploy.
Like a jump pad deploy.
Yeah. I think that's pretty likely.
There were a few things in there that felt like tests for future heroes. There was... Someone said the Bastion change probably is, and I'm like, no, please, God. Don't like give us a fan character, not like Anarin fan, but like a wind fan.
I'm like 70% sure the Bastion change was just a Concord reference.
Really?
I'm decently certain it was just a Concord reference. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but
I don't know anything about Concord, so I just knew it was bad.
One of the characters was a big robot that shot wind, and like it was like a Bastion type robot in terms of like character design and like like all that
friend
sort of
shaped.
Like yeah, it's like a friend shaped robot that's like it talked unlike Bastion, but it felt very Bastion coded, and its whole thing was a shot wind, which is why I'm like I feel like this April Fool's change was them aping on that character from Concord.
Shotgun full of knives. Yeah, the shotgun full of knives was crazy. It lagged out entire servers.
Oh yeah, that was great. I like just throwing the gun.
Yeah.
Because that's one of my favorite things is like the idea that like you run out of bullets, you just throw the gun at someone.
That was fun. Yeah. Man, I'm trying to think of like what other changes did they do? There was because like there were a few that when I was looking through them, I was like, oh yeah, this is probably a test for a future hero ability. Oh man, I'd have to go back and look again. But no, there were a few. But I think that jump pad is 100% a hero ability test.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I wanted for a perk of Weaver or Ram. Yeah, they added it to a stadium item. Did I check the version of the Ram Stadium in the art channel? No, I didn't. I'll look at that. Oh, right, turning my teammates into orbs. Yes, I thought that was actually probably a test for a hero ability in the future.
I didn't even understand how that worked. I'd always just see a thing that says you are now an orb, and I thought that was just like a joke. I didn't think it actually meant anything.
So basically what it did is if you gave someone if you made someone a healing orb, they basically became like a miniature Lucio. They had like a healing aura around them. That would like after a certain amount of damage would end, or after dealing a certain amount of healing would end. And it was the same thing with damage orb. It would basically make them like a miniature Ramattra ult, but after it dealt a certain amount of damage, it would end. You get my idea?
Yeah.
I think that's probably a future hero ability that they're testing.
Could be.
That seems, even if it's not both healing and damage, that like the ability, like, especially for like a brawl support or something like that, that's a crazy ability to just like turn your Reinhardt into like just like have your Reinhardt have a healing aura around him. That's crazy. That would be really strong. So that's sort of what I'm thinking. What if that became a future perk or something? God, I hope not. That would be so lame. 3 weeks ago. Okay.
What if they removed all hero abilities and replaced them with perks?
I would never play this game again. No, stop. I would just never play this game again. Yeah, no, I've been on an especially strong perks tear these last few days, especially since, ironically, the changes, like by changing the perks to Ramattra, they actually kind of screwed him over because there were some like the perk changes kind of really hurt Ramattra, unfortunately. So, yeah. Which is funny because he's just really good in Stadium now. So I guess in a sense that's a trade-off. Actually, you know what I did? I recently did a soldier build in Stadium called Bastion circa 2016. That's just like max ammo, max fire rate, max damage, and like a little bit of self-heal. It's really funny. Just laser down Orisas. So yeah, that's that. What else is there to talk about? There's the skins. As we said, I think I will say I am happy to see that Kiriko only got a single skin. That brings me joy. The world's healing. Okay, but that's a recolor. She like got one original legendary, and I'm happy because maybe it suggests the world is healing. I'm not sure.
Let's hope not.
But maybe it suggests the world is healing. I don't know, man. I think there does come a point where like people are pretty vocally upset about it at this point. I feel like that has to be affecting their like PR in a tangible enough way that they're going to do something about it. At
All
least
marketing is
anything.
good marketing.
Uh,
If people keep
yeah,
buying the skins.
yes, but what I'm saying is, do you think? I think it's possible. I'm not saying this is for sure because God knows, I would not be surprised if next season we get like 4 Kiriko skins because why not? Um, I'm saying I don't think it's impossible that people, because like if people were getting that upset about the Anarin thing, and granted that's different. It's not like it's not so much a money thing, but it seems that they are tuned in more to like community sentiment than I realized. And I don't know, people outside of you and your little cult of weirdos, it's like people are generally not too thrilled with Kiriko getting all the skins. So
I
I
think I think you might be in your own cult of weirdos who
do you
don't
think
like
so?
Kiriko.
Oh no, that's I don't know. I don't know. People don't tend to like industry plants, Ian.
No, but they do tend to like cute girls, so
I don't even think she's that cute. I don't get it. I I don't get
you
it.
might not think that.
I don't get it. I don't think she or Juno are cute. They're just like Kiriko's just a miserable bitch, and Juno is just developmentally delayed. I don't get it. Like it's I don't get the appeal. I don't get the appeal. But uh yeah, no, I do. Kiriko's pretty till she opens her mouth.
Careful now. You're not supposed to say that part out loud.
uh no, I as I like to say, if there are no Juno and Kiriko caters in this world, I am dead. Um, so God, I hate those characters so much. They are the embodiment of greed and hubris. Um, so it's yeah, I think it's possible, and I'm putting emphasis on possible that this is the first sign that they're going to maybe pull back a little bit on the Kiriko stuff because it is. I go to other people's communities, completely unrelated to yours, completely unrelated to mine, and see a lot of people upset about it. So that's that's sort of what I'm going off of. Because it does feel odd, right, that she's just all of a sudden getting one skin when she usually gets like 2 or 3.
Well, yeah, they had to put in 2 Onrin skins.
And I think that's fine. I honestly almost that I'm not surprised by because they expected to have at least one of those out season 1, or probably like one of those bundles instead out in season 1. But they changed her face, so they had to push it back.
No, there's no way. There would
Really?
not have been enough time for them to delay an entire bundle like that. I think these were
Well, don't
both
worry.
intended to be this season.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Well, she's also new, so maybe that's why. But honestly, I don't think Anarin's going to be a skin seller, really. Anyways, I just don't. I think she's too difficult.
Really?
I think she's too difficult to play.
Yeah, I think that's an impasse, which I think is a very interesting choice on Blizzard's part. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Certainly the design is there, like character-wise, but in terms of skill floor for her, that will be interesting to see how that impacts it.
Because unlike because like that's the other thing. Wu Yong also has a pretty high skill floor. Um, but Wu Yong is a twunk, and so that's sort of like the barriers seem to be a little different with like the male heroes for some reason. I don't ask me why, but that just seems to be the case. Whereas with like for some reason, it seems like Andarin is suffering from that. Well, suffering. Like, I'm not going to say it's suffering. I think it's probably better that heroes don't turn into skin cows, basically. So it's
Suffer, as Ramattra has not.
So, I mean, Ramattra has the opposite problem. Ramatra's not getting shit. Ramattra is the coolest one of the coolest characters they've added in this game ever. And
Mm-hmm.
like people adore Ramattra. Like in the character sites, and like so many people thirst over Ramattra, and yet they still don't give him any skins. It's Ramattra is right. Omnics are prosecuted against. They're discriminated against. Obviously this is uncalled for, but didn't the dev with the Kiriko tattoo also get like a bunch of hate for it? I didn't hear about that, but if that's
Yep.
true, that's shitty.
It was exactly like what happened with Briggs VA back in the day.
Really, that's shitty.
It was only like a month ago.
Oh my god, that's terrible. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I hate that character with the burning passion of a billion suns, but that's not like that's not something to harass someone over for having a tattoo over. That's stupid. What the hell is wrong with you if you're doing that?
See what your people do.
This is not my people. I don't claim that sort of behavior. I hate Kiriko. I don't hate any.
You're either
I don't hate
for
the
or
devs.
against her, and if you're against her, then you're a toxic person who
The
attacks devs.
a dev literally stated Kiriko was made to sell skins, and I honestly appreciate that sort of transparency.
Who said that?
It was years ago. It was closer to when Overwatch won.
Was it?
It was no. It was. I think it was like 2024 or something like that. I'd have to go back and find it.
Sounds like slander to me.
I mean, you don't make a character like that. Like Kiriko was made in a lab. Like
They literally made her by accident. Like this is known.
Really?
She was going to be a PvE enemy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we've known this for ages. She was originally going to be a PvE enemy, and then they were like, "Oh, she's actually kind of cool. What if she was a playable hero?" And then Kiriko came out of that, which is actually kind of cool in terms of like
that is cool,
pipeline.
but that's a tragic outcome. See, Astro, now we have to make up for this by giving Kiriko more skins. No,
exactly.
No, we don't.
It's the only way to make amends.
Lifeweaver is the male Kiriko skin-wise, yet I never really see him played because Lifeweaver is like pretty difficult in niche. That's why. Like Lifeweaver is shockingly hard to get value out of because he's like purely defensive. There's like even Mercy has like offensive utility, whereas Lifeweaver has exactly 0. So that's sort of, I think, probably why. But yeah, no, I don't think Anarin's really going to be much of a skin seller. I think she's too difficult. I think there's too high of a barrier to entry to be like an Anarin player.
I don't know. Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I think people are still going to buy it. I mean, people buy Mercy skins that don't even play the game, so like...
That's so sad. Oh, there goes Ian. Bye.
Are you like 30 seconds behind?
No, I think I'm watching the stream.
Interesting.
And I think your stream is probably about 30 seconds behind or something like that.
Only Sith works in absolutes.
Yeah, exactly. Only a Sith works in absolutes, you scum.
That's so BS. Also, don't worry, I'll get to the 3D printed Juno eventually.
Oh, God.
Hey, Astro, you should be proud of me. I didn't print the nude version.
Okay, good. That's good. Everyone give a round of applause for Mastery and Gamer.
I could have
showed some self-control.
But I didn't.
I'm so proud of you. That's for wanting more Kiriko skins. Yeah, there you go. Beat him over the head more.
I will take every turret Torbjorn has ever shat out of his little panties if it means more Kiriko skins.
You think it's such a crime that Maga's new Empire skin isn't him in the Yeah, I totally agree. Oh, Halo.
And now that the lore has updated, we're never ever going to see heavy Malga because that's not the design
Had
of the
enough?
Nelson or Talon anymore.
Didn't print the yeah. um
Shut up, Silverloys. Shut up. Shh. I never said that.
I was actually thinking about this the other day. Isn't it interesting how like they release Emre just as they're like they seem to quite literally be setting up to create literal Spartans in Overwatch. they're like Vendetta has Domino working on like gladiator armor with built-in energy shields, and now they're going after some like super soldier serum. They're literally just making Spartans. Like they're just making Spartans, and of course they added Emre, the John Halo character, just as they set this up. I don't think that's a coincidence, frankly.
And yet, still no Halo collab.
Yeah, it's. I think it's inevitable. I just don't know when they'll do it. I think it's probably more. Honestly, I think it's probably likely to happen when the Halo CE campaign remake drops.
Speaking of collabs, they are kind of interesting with it this season in that the only new collab it looks like is going to be the Diablo collab. Because they brought back with Seraphim to kick off this season, which means there probably won't be a collab in the first half, like a new one, because it'll just be that one. And then the second half of the season is going to be Diablo, which is like an in-house collab. So interesting that they're not going harder with the collabs this early in the reboot.
Well, first of all, I really like that Ramattra skin. I think that Ramattra skin is dope as hell. I'm probably not going to actually get it. I'm probably not actually going to get it because I am too in love with my funny as hell Boston Ramattra skin. It's just the Boston Uprising home skin. But I like the color scheme, and it's like, haha, Boston Ramattra. This is so funny, and I get it goes well with my golden weapon that I just got for him. So I'm honestly, it would take a lot for me to ever swap off of Boston Ramattra, but no, you're right. I genuinely think this is a filler season, Ian, because like
it's the second season. It's too early to do a filler.
No, I don't think it's because of like it's optimal. I think it's just resource reality.
Does that mean that every other season's going to be a filler season, if not even more? Also, hello, Rodney. Welcome.
I think it's possible, unfortunately. Well, maybe fortunately. I think that they're unrealistically pushing themselves. Like, this is an unrealistic content
unrealistic
pipeline.
And more importantly, unsustainable, some
unsustainable.
might argue.
Yeah, no, 100%. This is unsustainable.
Much like my own life decisions.
Exactly. So it's I genuinely think that we're probably going to get more filler seasons than we would like.
I mean, have you seen the number of upcoming story things for this season?
One.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, I think the devs are going as hard as they possibly can, and it's probably not good for them, and it's probably not, the results probably aren't going to be that wowing anyways. I tell you, I hate the live service free-to-play model. It's rot. It causes nothing but rot. It's bad for the devs. It's bad for us. It's only good for the people who already have 3 yachts. It's just like...
And for
it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's like basically everybody except the super rich people lose with the free-to-play live service model, so...
But think about all the kids with nothing but free time and no money to spend.
That's the thing.
It's great.
I think it sets a bad. No, genuinely, I think it's like bad for your psychology. I think it's genuinely terrible for your psychology to be living in a system where like you're constantly expecting some big new thing every 2 seconds. I think that's just terrible for you. Um, it's why I find TikTok overwhelming. It's just too much new, flashy, fast stuff. Gives me a headache. Um, so Boston Ram is very specific. It sure is.
Boston
Uh,
accent RAM.
Boston accent Ram.
Yeah, why don't you have a Boston accent, Astro?
Why don't I have a Boston accent? The reality of why I don't have a Boston accent is because the Boston accent is actually from a pretty specific part of Boston.
Which you
Um,
conveniently just aren't from, I
that I'm not
suppose.
from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because it's mostly South Boston and like Dorchester, um, and some of like the North End. It's like more where that accent is actually from. Um, like, and granted, I'm not actually from like Boston proper. I'm from the next city over originally. So
I see.
the town I'm from borders the municipality of Boston. Because keep in mind, Boston, the municipality is actually really small. So like the weird thing about Boston is the city itself only has like 700,000 people, but that's just because it's physically small. Like it's way smaller than like New York or Austin or San Francisco or LA or like Chicago. Like the municipality is just way smaller, but the population of like the actual like if you took like an equivalent size area of like land area to like LA or Chicago or something, Boston's population is actually like in the millions and millions. But because the municipality itself is so small, it's like 700,000. So there's your Boston fact for you. Um, it's because it's an old city, and you know, oldest cities they tend to be smaller. Well, old by American standards. Um, I miss being able to grind Overwatch loot boxes and get all the skins for free. Yeah, no, exactly. Like skins used to mean something. Skins used to mean something. You used to, playing Halo, growing up playing Halo, when you saw a guy with the skull helmet in Halo Reach, you were like, "Oh my god, that guy's insane." The achievement that you had to get the skull helmet in Halo Reach, you had to be an outrageously good player. Like I was one of the only people who in like the air in like my matchmaking region to have that skin, that helmet, because you had to be crazy good at the game. Or like even in like Halo 4, if you saw a guy with the legendary visor, you were like, "Oh man, that's cool. That guy had to do something crazy to get that." Nowadays, you see a Kiriko with like the whatever one of her bazillion legendary shop skins, and you're like, that means nothing. They did nothing. They opened their wallet. They didn't even have to play the game. It means nothing. It doesn't say anything about the player. It doesn't say anything about what they've achieved. It doesn't say anything about how they interacted with the video game. They didn't even need to necessarily play the game to get the skin. They opened the shop. They engaged in anti gameplay. It's awful. I hate it. It's meaningless, soulless. It's ugh. It's consumer slop. Yeah, all they did is they spoke with their wallet. They didn't interact at all. They didn't engage with the game's systems. They didn't do anything. It's hardly different than going into your Amazon store app and like purchasing something. It means nothing. Uh yeah, I miss when the whole game was in the game. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. It just Ian, think about this, right? What matters more to the suits at Blizzard at this point? The quality of the game itself or the shop that technically isn't even involved with the gameplay? Because you know the answer.
Which makes them more money.
Exactly. And it's like we have reached the point where the gameplay of the video game is of a lower priority to the suits than like the cosmetic shop. Like how fucked is that? Like that ain't sustainable. It's so bad. Mythic skins should be free, but only obtained by getting certain levels on the hero progression. Honestly, Yeah, I honestly kind of agree with that. I think, granted, it shouldn't be some insane level. It shouldn't be like 500, but like, I agree with that. I think you should be only able to get a hero mythic if you get to like a level 100 or something like that. Why are you making the Junos image bigger?
What?
Why is she getting bigger, Ian?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
This is what happens when I rant about something Ian isn't particularly interested in. He just sits there and fidgets with images.
God, dude, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Uh, Actually, I'm being presumptive. I'm being presumptuous. I'm not. I don't know for a fact that you're completely uninterested in this. I know you don't. I know you're not as nearly opinionated as I am, but I don't. I'm not going to assume you don't care. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Not even competitive points feel
Ian,
like the
calm
old.
down. What do you mean? I haven't said anything.
Um, Hot take. Oh, sorry, no. Not even competitive points feel like old skins. Now they are even included on Twitch drops. Really? That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Like competitive points were always the one thing that was like you had to interact with the game in like in like an actual competitive way and like get good at the game to earn them. That's oh wow, that's awful. Ian cares. He's just distracted. Yeah, fair enough. Uh, Lucio to Domina, get that corporate nonsense out of here. Yeah, it's funny because I like Domina as a character much more than I like Lucio as a character. But in real life, I am much more like Lucio, and I would just loathe someone like Domina. Um, it's hustling backwards. You get more loyalty and money with a strong game. Yep, that's exactly right. It's why studios like From Software just print money because the games are good. Like Elden Ring printed money, and like basically all of their games after Bloodborne printed money, and it's just like because the games are good. Uh, I wish Lucio was built more like a Spider-Man peep and didn't join Overwatch. Huh, I guess so. Ian thinking about Suki and Juno in Tomodachi Life. Have you ever played Tomodachi Life, Ian?
What?
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, I played the 3DS one, not the new one. I don't have a Switch too.
Oh right. Bro, you're killing me here. What are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Here I am ranting my ass off, and Ian is like putting a laser pointer on Juno's forehead. He needs to put up Subway Surfer gameplay to keep Ian's attention. Ian, you're not that brain rotted, are you?
No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous.
Uh, did you see? I still have that clip. I posted it. I still have that clip from a stream of yours. It was must have almost been like 2 years ago. It was right before you introduced like Proto Suki. It was it was like um it's been interesting watching the descent into mad or no, what was it? It's been interesting watching the like it was like the collapse or something from afar, and I just responded with it's been even worse seeing it from up close.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember that.
I listen. I will be invaluable in the inevitable psychological analysis of Mastery and Gamer because I'll be like, yeah, I was close. I watched it up close the entire time as he gradually descended into complete madness. Tic Tac Toe, Juno's forehead. I thought you were like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought you were like, haha, shoot Juno in the face. I thought
What?
that's what you were going for there. No, I didn't expect you were playing Tic Tac Toe.
Although now that it's mentioned, Suki and Juno and Tomodachi Life. That'd be pretty dope. Kind of want to get it now.
Okay. Whatever. I can't stop you. I can't run your life. You do you. He's playing on her forehead. Its attention span is -2. I don't know. You're generally pretty good in the podcast. I think we're generally pretty good at talking in the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk more about Kiriko. That'll wake me up. Get me heated about something. I haven't ranted about anything yet. I kind of ranted about Sierra, I guess, but
no, you ranted about Sierra
a little bit. That was like a small one.
What's something you can rant about? Oh, the losing the cleanse on the teleport.
Oh yeah, that blows. I don't know. I'm over it though.
Really? So what? Talk to me, Ian. We got an entire new season going on here. What's really burning you up?
I don't know. I haven't played since I streamed on Tuesday.
Oh. Ian has cute girl brain rot.
What?
That's what.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Said.
Yeah, we need more drama. Come on, Astro, say a slur.
Astro's been Astroing pretty much this whole time. Is that what it's called when I get upset and like heated and start ranting about Kiriko?
I guess.
Because usually the Kiriko rants are both of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually how
well,
it goes.
I mean, it's like they're different. They're like opposite ends. You know, it's not like we're ranting on the same thing. It's like we're ranting. It's same topic but two different directions. Like you're northbound, I'm southbound.
Well, that's how it's always been, right? It's like we both rant about how awful Kiriko is, but like you go in the direction of like, and that's why I love her, and that's why and then I go in the direction of like I feel nothing but loathe and hatred for this wretched being.
Yeah,
it's you guys should see our podcast episodes from like a year after Overwatch 2 dropped. Like Ian was like as angry as I am about Kiriko.
The good old days.
The good old days before you went insane.
What? No, you're so right though, Silver, about Tomodachi Life. You either put your real life friends in the game or you put a bunch of fictional characters. There is no in between. Back when the first game came out, me and another friend got the game, and his island was filled with actual people he knew in real life, like his friends and family. My island was filled with fictional characters. I think I was the only real person on the entire island of like 40 people.
Say Kiriko sucks. You don't need to tell me twice. Kiriko sucks. I actually was watching this great video the other day about like why Tracer and Juno are like terribly written characters, and a quote that stuck with me like glue that I'm always going to now have living in rent free in my mind is everything about Juno sucks.
I don't know about that.
It's man, she's more like Kiriko than I think we realize when we first like start considering it, right? She also is like just like a shoe-in the lore that like kind of screws stuff up for like no reason other than for her to exist. And she's just like a skin hog and is just like annoying as hell. And
she's like, not. Is she even really a skin hog? I don't think she is.
No, you don't think so?
Juno?
Really? You don't think so?
I don't think so. Not as much as we expected her to be. Like, I'm pretty sure if you go by like skins added since her addition, I'm pretty sure Lifeweaver and Juno, or Lifeweaver and Ash, have gotten more skins than Juno.
Really? I guess I need to check.
I'd wager they probably have. I don't think she's actually been like that exceptional in terms of skin amounts. Like, sure, it's above average, but like, I think there's a big factor of people saw her, assumed she would get a ton of skins, and now every time she does get a skin, they're like, see, she's getting skins. Meanwhile, they're just blind to Ash and Lifeweaver over here, who've been getting
That's
like
true.
multiple every single season.
No, you know what? I think you're probably right to an extent. You're probably right. And I haven't really checked. All I know is that she's pushed really hard, like in like the love her, please love her sense. But I guess it's entirely possible it's not so strong in like the cosmetic sense.
Today, I see you updated your profile picture.
There you go, Tente.
It's probably
Eagle,
enough Kiriko skins to make an entire island of unique characters. Oh my god. That's a great idea. I need to do that.
I think Eagle's right on the money here. Ian realized his hate was burning passion of love. Astro realized he didn't hate her enough. Yeah, I think I watched that video about why Kiriko is awful. Because like initially I just hated Kiriko because I was like, this character sucks. Like she's just annoying. I hate her, and she's just like a nothing burger, and she's just like she's just written to be unlikable. But then I watched that whole video on like Kiriko is the embodiment of the free to play live service model. She just like she kind of screws up the lore because that doesn't really matter to them, and she just exists to like sell skins and be like have people just be obsessed with her, and like that made me realize that I should hate Kiriko way more than I did because the yeah, no, that made me it opened my eyes to the fact that I did not hate this character nearly enough.
Uh to that original comment, you all just don't appreciate enemy to lover plotlines enough. Also, thank you, Aztec Hydra, for the raid. Welcome.
Juno has 15 legendaries in total, and Life only has 20 total. And Life has been around way longer. Huh. Yeah, no, I think yeah. I think the Lifeweaver trend is like very recent though. It's like they really only ramped it up it seems ever since the Druid skin, the Druid mythic.
It was certainly before that, but yes, it was much more recent. It was like he didn't initially get a ton of stuff.
Right.
But
Juno has 17 skins, not including the base rares. That 17 includes her stadium and esports and championship skins, which is 5 in total. Yeah. That sounds right. I actually was watching this a video about this recently. Kiriko has more original legendaries than Diva at this point. Wrap your head around that.
She deserves them.
Oh god. Juno's a sweetheart and not a degenerate. She deserves all the Listen, I'm not saying Juno's not like a sweet character. Like I don't think she's a degenerate. I never said that. I just don't think she's well written. I think she's just incredibly annoying because she's very infantilized and it's very unsettling. But I'm not going to deny that, like, she's a sweet character. Sounds like a greedy Venture player. The hell does that mean? I don't play Venture.
Ram found dead in alleyway, of course.
Yeah, Ram found dead in alleyway.
Nobody wants a skin for a smelly old robot. They want them cute girls. Come on.
People thirst like crazy over Ramattra. What are you talking about?
Then why doesn't he have any skins?
I don't know. You're literally touching on the entire reason I'm so confused why Ramattra doesn't get skins.
I don't know what to tell you.
Would Kiriko be more tolerable if she remained as part of the Hashimoto and was introduced as an antagonistic support rather than this mess of lore that she is now? I think Kiriko could have been genuinely really interesting if Kiriko had been a sort of character who grew up really looking up to, because as she is written now, she basically grew up like alongside Genji and Hanzo somehow, which like is the whole problem. I think it would have been really interesting if the way Kiriko was written is her whole thing is that she grew up with her mom talking about how amazing these two Shimada boys were at like learning to fight, and she like, but she never met them. She just heard they were incredible and like these amazing fighters, and then she grows up and she realized, wait, they both just sort of like fucked off, and like they don't give a crap about like Kanezaka anymore, or like they just kind of like left us to deal with the Hashimoto. I think that would be an interesting character, a character who feels betrayed by her idols who she never met, instead of like being this weird forced way younger half sibling that she apparently was just shoehorned in as. What do you think? What do you think?
Brain Blast, Kiriko, but with Mizuki's backstory.
That's also interesting because Mizuki has an interesting backstory.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that Mizuki himself is not very interesting.
Mm-hmm. If they had just made Kiriko and given her the backstory Mizuki has, that could have been interesting.
That could have been an interesting character. I agree. Hire Astro for lore. You know what? I actually am a good writer. Writing is my biggest strength. So I think, you know what? I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
Take that.
You should read those forum posts he wrote back in the day.
Which ones?
You know the ones.
No. Which ones? The Bastion ones?
Sure.
Okay. It'd excuse the shitty attitude. Exactly. Exactly. If Kiriko had actually something to be bitter over, because Kiriko's whole deal right now is she's like kind of just whatever with Genji and Hanzo. She's like, oh, why'd you leave? Damn it! But like, she kind of knew them in the first place. Like it's weird. She was just kind of shoehorned in. Like if they were like strangers to her that she had like idolized, like that would have been so much more of like an interesting dynamic, I think, because now it's just this weird like half sibling thing. I can tell you exactly where I would take Sigma if I was writing. It's probably way interesting than they would ever actually take him. The problem with Kiriko backstory is that her animated teaser was the Hashimoto goons be serious Yakuza guys and not silly, and no cheesy one-liner. She'd be a lot cooler. Yeah, I genuinely do think that the animated short, despite the fact that some people seem to really like it, I think the animated short actually did like serious damage to the the character, because like people's real first impression of her was this bizarre mix of like, oh, she's so heroic, but she's also just like weirdly
cringe.
Insufferable. Yeah. Like, just she's like weirdly cringy. I think
not even weird. It's just overly cringy. Like,
yeah, overly cringy. It's because she's written like especially in that short, she's written like a really forced main protagonist that everyone is supposed to love, when she's just not that. Like, she's just not written for that. The problem with Kiriko backstories are animated. Yeah, that's what I just wrote. They so hard wanted her to be raw, so random. I think that's more Juno. I think that's more because Juno.
I think that's more Juno too.
Juno
Kiriko is more like, yeah, I'm cool. Yeah.
They write Kiriko like they write modern Sonic the Hedgehog, which is just the most like accursed, awful thing to be compared to.
Wait. When are we getting the Kiriko Sonic skin?
Like that's a whole other thing. Juno, you cannot tell me that in the like 10 years that humans had been on Mars by the time Juno leaves, that like they had come up with like an entire culture of new sayings and stuff like that. That doesn't happen. Like, oh, moons, that doesn't happen in like 10 years. It doesn't happen.
Said it
Like,
once, I'll say it again. Learning disability. Who
I
said that?
genuinely,
Chat, who
I
said that?
genuinely think, I don't know like how intentional it is, but like at this point they might as well say that she has like a learning disability, and like it's some like unexpected side effect of like being born in low gravity,
Yeah.
and like the embryo developing in low gravity. It's that would be interesting. That would be interesting.
But then it would. They would make her a better character for sure because she'd be more interesting. She'd be more sympathetic. She'd make more sense. But then people might start to have some issues with how they perceive her and her moons, should we say. Because suddenly she's not just haha quirky girl. Now she's like, oh, this is like special. And then people aren't going to want to get those skins.
Congratulations, you're now exactly describing my problem with Juno.
Mm-hmm.
She's so infantilized, but they like they so strongly push her as like, God, please make SFM content of her. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. I hate it. It's the most like, oh my God. It's like those gotcha games where like they add these characters that look blatantly like 10 years old, and then everyone is like, and then you got all these fucking weirdos who are like, oh my God, she's so adorable, just jerking off to it. It's disgusting. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful. I hate it. I hate it.
I'm a yokai, but I'm cringe too. Well put, Tente. Well put.
It's
Kiriko in a nutshell.
It's just, it's awful. I love Juno's voice lines of, I have no idea what's going on. And that's the thing. If they wanted to have her, like, have her moments of just, like... Because the thing is that it would be... I think it's fine that she's, like, a naive character. She doesn't understand Earth. And that's fine. I like that. I just think they take it way too hard. Because it crosses over from, like, she just doesn't know where she is. And, like, she doesn't understand, like, the world that she's now living in. To, I think she's just developmentally delayed. Right? Like, she's just too childish. Too much of a character and not enough of an actual person. Yes. Juno is written like a comic strip character. Exactly. She's too precious. Protect this child. That's the exact problem. She's not a child. That's you're touching on the exact issue. This is not a child character. If she was a child character, I'd be like, yes, that's a healthy way to write the character. But she's not. She's supposed to be this highly competent Martian astronaut who, like, can operate an entire spacecraft and manage, like, orbital insertion and, like, track the amount of time and like the orbital trajectory that you need to get from Mars to Earth, which is incredibly difficult to do. You have to be incredibly well trained and like extremely competent to be able to do those things. And she just shows none of those traits. She's like, she acts like she's incompetent, and she's like cutesy, like, protect this child. Like, it's a crazy conflict. It makes no sense. I hate it. She's also she's also like good with science. It's just, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Is she though? I have a hunch that ship had autopilot, by the way. I don't know that she performed any such feats you're attributing to her here.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But like, she still had to figure out how to manage on a spacecraft by herself and then safely land on Earth. Like, that is hard. It's like, you cannot deny that, like, to do what she did, she has to be way more competent than her in-game portrayal would suggest. Am I wrong?
I mean, yeah, I think you're entirely spot on. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know that she's depicted as having performed any feats that would justify being or necessitate her being more competent than she's shown to be, but that also doesn't excuse the fact that she seems inexplicably incompetent.
Exactly. No, I like exactly it. And honestly, I give the new comics a lot of credit because they are genuinely trying to make Juno a character, like a character. Um, I don't think it's working super well, but they are trying. The comics are the first time I've ever been like, oh wow, Juno actually has like aspects to her that aren't being ditzy and annoying. Um, so it's because like I understand that she's supposed to be like the awkward transfer student equivalent, right? She's like she's just come from like a completely different country equivalent, like equivalent of a completely different country. She's just like this transfer student who has no idea what's going on. She doesn't understand any of these customs, and she's just nervous and awkward. And like, fine, that's a good trope, but it doesn't work like this. Um, the issue with Juno smarts and joke is I feel like Winston being the awkward smart guy is better than Juno. Yeah, 100%. I would say Winston is a much more effective execution of like a very similar concept. Like this person from who's just like massively different than everyone else because they come from a completely different celestial body, and is just like kind of awkward and like a little bit of a nerd. Um, yeah, no, I think, and this is the thing. Everybody loves Winston. Everybody loves Winston. Like when like people outside of the Overwatch community are obsessed with Winston, and like it's just not the same with Juno. Juno has like people who really like her, people who really hate her, and then a bunch of people who are entirely indifferent. Um, I'm not a fan of the comics. I prefer the cinematic. I honestly kind of agree with you in that sense. I think she's portrayed better in the cinematic than she is in the comic, but the comic is trying because the game itself is not even trying.
Wait, you're talking about the cinematic where she kicks a rock, right?
Yeah,
Right.
she's trying, right?
You're right. The child is trying. We can't be too
that's
hard on her.
that's the thing is she's not a child. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Bonked her head on landing. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Bonked her head on birth. Maybe she was dropped when she was born.
I do think her relationship with May is very sweet, though.
Yeah.
Especially since I really like May as a character. I think May is an excellently written character. And if Juno has to if Juno was relegated to being like an accessory to May's character, I probably wouldn't actually hate her that much. But she's like they try and push her as this big please love this character thing. It's like Hanzo and Genji. Like let's be entirely honest, Hanzo exists as like a function of Genji's story. And like at least initially he did. And like that was fine. It's fine. You can do that. It's like Ash. It's similar with Ash and Cassidy. Like it's fine. You can do that. But yeah. Should purple hair as a baby? Yeah. Yes. It tastes correct. Born with purple hair. What do you think has to happen?
Pops from regular show.
Oh my god, regular show. I haven't thought about that in years. I love Hanzo in pre-match talk. Everyone mocks him for using a bow when everyone else has a gun. Yes, that's true. Yeah, what do you think has to go wrong to be born with purple hair, Ian?
I got nothing. Maybe she's spliced with an alien genome they found on Mars, frozen in the ice caps.
I'd actually, low key, I'd love that.
That means she would be a real alien girl. You know
That
what
would
this
actually
means.
that'd be funny, actually. No, what does it mean?
Chat, who's gonna tell him?
Juno's mom drank too much grape juice. Probably all the fumes in Earth's atmosphere affected her. I can guarantee you, whatever's the atmosphere of Mars is gonna give you a lot more problems than anything on Earth's atmosphere. Strange how Juno's natural hair is violet, while Kiriko's medium green hair is dyed. Yeah, her natural hair color is black. No, you're right. That's interesting. I hadn't thought of that. Juno can find the alien babes. What? Oh, I know what joke you're making. Okay, Ian, that's not even applicable to Juno. That's not even applicable.
They're real. The big alien titties are real.
That's not even applicable to Juno.
It is. If she's actually an alien.
Okay. Okay, yeah, sure. God.
They're real.
Yeah, turret, please, turret him. Please turret him.
Rude.
That's fine. Oh. Yeah, no, that doesn't even make any sense, Ian. She's thin as a rail.
Juno? Oh, don't make me show you this image I got.
Oh, God. Best wing woman from Mars. The only wing woman from Mars. Yes, please burn him. He requires immolation. Listen, I've been trying to get him under control for years, but it won't work. Nothing's gonna stop it. So it's all up to you guys. He won't listen to his friends. Maybe he'll listen to his fans. No, Ian.
You said I had to prove it to you.
Astro, you realize I'm helping Ian by giving him a Nitro and Suzu, right? Oh, that's what it is? Oh, okay. Well, I just was like, oh, he's on fire and now he's having shit thrown at him. I was like, yeah, that's good. Do that. What's the Nitro thing?
It's nitro. What do you mean, what's the nitro?
Nitroglycerin?
Sure.
That's burning you. That's not good for you.
No, nitrous. Nitrous oxide.
Nitrous oxide? I see.
Fuel up.
Did you even get this image?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It is only a screenshot from the game. I have done nothing wrong.
I wasn't suggesting otherwise. I'm just asking, like, what's it from? Is it from, like, a highlight intro?
Yeah, of course.
Oh. Astro, look at what you have done. I did nothing. Ian did this to himself. Compare and contrast Ian from 2020. It's a Fortnite thing. Is it, Ian?
Nitro, yeah. In this context.
Oh.
The Nitro vial that powers me up from the best season of Fortnite that ever was.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Fortnite. All I know is that it's basically like a skin advertisement platform. It's a new highlight intro this season. Oh, okay. I haven't really looked at the highlight intros. Ian is the new Megalodon. What's that mean?
It's the character from that Fortnite season that used the Nitro.
Ah.
It's like a Morton Joe from Mad Max Fury Road, but like their own version because they couldn't get the rights to Mad Max.
Gotcha. That makes sense. This picture looks like a female pop star album from the 2000s. Oh my god, it does.
Somebody write an album to fit this album cover.
That's so. This is like girly pop Evanescence, like style stuff. Oh my god. Junker Queen would have fit so well during the Nitro season. That's another thing. How do you think this interaction between the Junkers and Malga is gonna go?
Hmm. I don't know. Not well.
I don't think it's gonna go well. No, but I do think Malga's going to beat the Junker Queen in like the fight that they have.
Really? You don't think they're gonna pull some more bullshit and be like, it's a draw?
No, I think Malga's just going to win. Um, I think it'd be weird if they didn't. Like, it would.
I don't know. I don't think they have the balls to let any given character beat any other given character.
Really? We've seen that before.
Nope.
What?
Nope. They'll just
Okay.
slink away. You're like, ah ha ha. And then I'm fine.
There are
Nothing will
some
come
voice
of it.
lines. There are some voice lines right now between Malga and the Queen talking about the fight. Really?
Hmm.
No kidding. I had no idea. That's
Just a
interesting.
girl from Mars. There you go. Now just write the song.
Yeah, no, I genuinely think Malga's probably going to win that. Because otherwise, first of all, that would defeat the point of Malga going to, Junkertown. Because I imagine the outcome of this is that like the Junker Queen is probably going to be like, sure, I'll do like something for you if you do something for me, but it's going to be like a steep price for Vendetta. I think that's probably how it's going to go. Like Malga will win, and then she'll be like, okay, fair. Um, because I agreed with something you said on another stream recently, Ian, where like the Junkers want to be unaligned. They want nothing to do with anyone.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. I think Malga is successfully going to be able to twist their arm. I
Uh,
think that's what I'm thinking. Like, because Malga is designed from the ground up to be just this like you just can't deal with him in hand to hand. Like that's the whole point. He's a mountain. Literally, his name means mountain. Like that's his whole thing. He's just supposed to be this unstoppable force in combat.
couldn't beat Doomfist.
But that's because it's Doomfist. They drawed. There they drew. That fits. You know. But let's be honest. He would turn Vendetta into a pulp, or at least he should. But
But
then
Vendetta
again,
beat Doomfist,
but
therefore have a
I was
transitive
just gonna,
property.
but I was just gonna say somehow she beat Doomfist by the magic of poor writing. So it's who knows.
Yeah. I really hope Wrecking Ball at least gets a cameo in whatever happens in that season.
Canonically,
I hope he does.
canonically, I'm pretty sure Wrecking Ball is still in Junkertown, right?
At this point, yeah, I think they like pseudo retconned his like world travels, and they're just like, oh no, he just like works for Junker Queen now.
Which I think is pretty funny. Like she just has a hamster making all of her like death machines.
Yeah.
He's unstoppable until he gets antied. Yeah, maybe that's how Junker Queen will beat him. She'll ult, and he'll just be anti-healed, and there'll just be nothing he can do. You know what? If that's what happens, at least it'll make sense with the gameplay, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe that's what they'll do. Doomfish. What?
You know, the
Several
Doomfish.
shows. Huh? What?
Did anything else happen in season 2?
They reworked Juno and Stadium. I just have no idea what they did. I don't play supports in Stadium. I don't play supports, period, so.
I don't play
Physically,
Stadium,
Malga.
period.
Yeah, physically, Malga should overwhelm almost everyone with the exception of Winston Hogg, probably Ryan, and Nemesis Ram. No, Malga can overwhelm Hogg, and probably. Honestly, probably Winston, which I know it sounds crazy, but probably Winston. I think Malga's whole thing is that he's literally supposed to be the Hulk. right? Like I know that like technically closer in terms of writing, Winston is. He goes from scientist to a big angry monster. But like in terms of like the place in the writing that Mauga takes up, it's very Hulk like. He's just supposed to be the manifestation of like pure physical force. Um, I think he could probably beat Winston. I think the only physically, I think the only heroes he kind of draws with is probably like Doomfist, Ramattra, and Arisa. I think. Yeah. And obviously I think he gets shit on by Sigma, but everyone gets shit on by Sigma. But that's also not physical strength. Well, I guess it is physical strength. Gravity is physics, but uh yeah. That's another thing I keep seeing. People are saying like, "Oh, they're going to use the serum, the super soldier serum on Sigma." And I think that's way off. I think Vendetta literally wants nothing to do with Sigma.
Correction. I think the devs want nothing to do with Sigma.
I don't think so. I think they seem to be setting up Sigma escaping Talon. They're pretty strongly setting that up. But I think they're writing. I think that what they're doing is they're writing Vendetta as being like she knows that she should be wary of Sigma, but she's not nearly wary enough. I think that's where they're going with it. Because to an extent, she was correct to lock him away on on the basis of like he's dangerous. She was correct to do that. I think the problem is she's not wary enough. She doesn't realize that like if he wants to, he can just break out. Winston is Hulk in stories starring Hulk. Malga is Hulk in Avengers, where they only care about the Hulk, not Bruce. Yes, I think that's correct. I want Sigma to join Overwatch. I think that that's actually decently likely. What I don't agree with is the people who say that Sombra joining Overwatch is likely. I think that's incredibly unlikely. I think Sombra would be much more likely to like, you know, like the trope of like leaving a baby on the doorstep. Of like,
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's sort of where they're going with Sigma. Like Sombra is just going to drop him off at like the new Overwatch HQ. They're just going to find him there. They won't even know it's from Sombra. It'll just be like, and they'll just be like, who the hell? Well, actually, no. I guess Mercy would recognize him, and Winston would recognize him. So, no, they would be like, what the hell is Dr. De Kuiper doing here? Some are being relevant to the story, only to break out Sigma from Talon, just to disappear from the background, till Chernabog bursts out of Emery's chest. That's not a bad idea. The leak of Sombra dying, that was definitely a lie. They're not going to kill off Sombra. I mean, maybe this is just me, but I've always seen Sombra as like, as far as the story of Overwatch goes, that she's like the protagonist. Or, I guess, well, she's the protagonist, but simultaneously an anti-hero. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think ultimately this story, the story of Overwatch, is always going to be centered around Sombra in some way. It's just, yeah, it's a matter of like, I don't think she's ever going to disappear in the story, because I think the story is ultimately always going to have a significant focus on her perspective. I just think that they will end up having Sigma join Overwatch. Yeah, till Chernabog burst out of Emery's chest. I kind of want to know where they're going with that. I have suspicions, but I funnily enough, I liked your idea from our last podcast episode, Ian, where you were like, Sigma might end up being one of the big bads eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be one of the more interesting things they could do. I don't know if they would do it though.
Yeah, I honestly think it's I'm not going to say it's likely, but I think it would be interesting. I think any focus they give Sigma It's interesting, so they won't do it. There you go, Silver Lilies. Now you're thinking like us. Um, I think, I think the one case in which I can see them making Sigma a main villain is if the Chernobog stuff turns out to be less far-reaching than we think.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
What do you mean exactly?
I think because it's a matter of how big of a scale they want to go on, right? If they want to go, if the highest scale they want to hit with Overwatch's story is like this god AI conspiracy, right? Then I think Sigma probably stays important in like the sense that he's the most powerful character in the lore. Um, but I don't think he becomes like the main villain. Whereas if they go the direction where um, they ultimately decide that there's something even bigger than the Chernobog conspiracy, like they they start going into like stuff like metaphysical stuff like the iris. Um, I think that's when we could see Sigma become a big bad. Um, I maintain that interaction between Sigma and Zenyatta has insane implications. Um, so yeah. What do you think of my theory of the other AIs also intervening? I think it depends on how actually bad Chernobog is. Because I have the sneaking suspicion Chernobog actually isn't evil.
I agree. I think it would be way more interesting if he's not evil, and we just don't comprehend what he's doing yet.
Yeah. I think the only evil, quote unquote, god AI is probably Anubis. And that's only because Anubis did its job a little too well. Because Anubis was unique among the god AIs in that Anubis's goal was not human centered. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Anubis's goal was to preserve the environment, which doesn't necessarily have to do with humans. Whereas security can be taken too far, uh, but ultimately is still done for the purpose of supposedly being for people's well-being, which is not at all the case with what Anubis did. Sure, really went with that cutoff. I don't even remember which one that was.
I didn't hear it.
When and where will Overwatch's story peak?
Maybe it already has.
It maybe already has.
Peaked with Wrecking Ball.
It's entirely possible it already has, which would be disappointing. I would say if I had to guess, we're probably going to get a really strong period of writing. It's just a matter of if it lasts. It'd be funny if Chernobog lore is that they just really love Emre, which is why they went killer mode on Sierra for hurting its boo. Yeah.
Oh my god, what
Ian
if they
at the
make
college
Chernobog a tsundere?
Ugh.
Greatest plot point ever.
Ian at the college lecture? How were you as a college student, Ian? Were you one of those at the back of the lecture hall falling asleep types?
I remember once playing XCOM on my laptop during a college lecture.
Sick. Uh, an Emre simp. Go on Reddit. You'll see so many Emre simps you won't know what to do with yourself.
And one of them's Chernobog.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh, you telling me a chicken fried this rice? That is such a bad line.
But it's haha the meme.
The only reason I'm even slightly okay with it is because haha the meme.
Yeah. Haha yeah.
Did you see the Sierra line that she got?
Which one? Oh, the grass touching?
Touch grass.
Yeah.
I literally was like, I like this enough that it might actually convince me to try her. Well, Chernobog is closest to Emre's heart. I guess you are technically correct. The meme is shrimp. They couldn't be too on the nose. Overwatch needs more relatable characters. Emre Simps will love it. That's the thing. That is a problem. I would say that, like, out of the characters we've gotten recently, how many of them are like characters anyone can reasonably relate to, right? I'd say Anrin somewhat. Emre, no. Granted, being relatable is not necessarily a good or bad thing.
I'm gonna disagree and go ahead and say Emre and Freya most relatable.
Really?
Because they're the ones that actually make you feel something.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
Like, I too have loved someone who was mindlessly controlled by a robot and killing people, and I too had to put my neck out there to keep them from going over the line.
Did you two also just give up on all your morals and become a bounty hunter?
No comment.
That's the thing I don't like about Freya, which, like, on one hand it does kind of make her interesting, but it's like that's like how.
Yeah, but now this is her redemption from that. That
No,
was
yeah,
her deviating from the right path she was originally on, and now she's like, oh shit.
No,
I've
right.
actually
totally
made
right.
a mistake. And now she's
totally
going
right.
back, and it's like, oh my god, a well-written, likable character.
Exactly.
In
You're totally
Overwatch?
Correct. You're totally correct.
Dare you?
Because I was just thinking, like, God, how shitty do you have to be, like, in reality to be like, people don't appreciate me. It's time to give up all of my morals. Do you think Chernobog is going to hack all his Spartan soldiers, vendetta is making for them to be his personal army for security, so that's why he's helping Talon? That's an interesting one. I think that's entirely possible.
I do like that as an idea.
Yeah, because we have to assume that Chernobog is, like, playing 4D chess at all times. It's a god AI. Like, it has to be. Ian 2 likes men with booty. But yeah, no, I think as far as, like, relatability goes, I don't think anybody really relates to Mizuki. Like, that's thinking you're just cursed. Okay, maybe some people do, but, like, in the literal sense, thinking you have, like, evil spirits that are, like, attaching to you and now you want to, like, join the Yakuza, that's a little out there. Anrin, I would say, despite being a cardboard cutout, is pretty relatable. Like, having, like, older sibling pressure syndrome. I think that's decently relatable. Obviously nobody is relating to a jetpack cat, but that's fine. Emre, I guess we talked about Emre. Domina, I think, is relatable to a certain type of person. But not the type of person you want to be friends with.
Yeah, no, that is kind of true.
I find it interesting how Chernobog makes Emre speak Finnish. Yeah, no, that is true. I think it's interesting, period, that the god AIs seem to like have a sense of nationality to them. I think that's interesting. I relate to Jetpack Cat. Everyone hates me too.
There you go. See, every character can be relatable.
Oh my god. Uh, yeah, I think it's interesting how the god AIs seem to have a sense of nationality. Um, at least that seems to be the implication. Because like if Chernobog like has like speaks Finnish and has like a Finnish accent, does this mean that like Anubis like speaks Arabic and like has an Egyptian accent? Does this mean that like I don't like the other two? Like does the AI from Bridgeport, Connecticut that lives rent free in my head? That's just the stupidest shit in the universe. Does that god AI like have like a pseudo New York accent? Like yeah. What
Oh,
language do you think Emery speaks in Finland when he is possessed? I don't know. Turkish?
hello, wordy. Welcome to stream.
Uh, wordy? Oh. Welcome to the Astro monologue. I don't want it to be a monologue. I don't aim for it to be a monologue.
Chat, I need a new idea for what to write on Juno's forehead.
Uh, he's Ian British. What's your answer, Ian?
Close enough.
Close enough. You're telling me what can we write on Juno's forehead?
I was trying to come up with a haiku earlier, but I couldn't think of any good ones.
Yeah, Ian, start talking.
All right, it's finally the Master Ian Gamer Hour. All right, chat, tell me, which Kiriko skin do you like the most? Is it the good one or the other one that's even better?
What on Mars are you doing? You see, that's exactly it. Nobody fucking says that. No one would say that. No one would say that. After living on Mars for a decade, no one would say that. That's not how sayings work. Never mind, stop talking. uh Yeah, Ian, what about you? You're a good writer. What do you want to happen?
In the story?
Yeah.
I want to see Emre and Freya get a happy ending because I think they're the only characters I care about right now.
Fair enough. I want Sigma to not be stuck in a cell for much longer.
What do I want to do? I can't. All right. Are we talking like pie in the sky, optimistic, what we want to have happen, or are we like, okay, what might they actually do?
Sure, give me that.
Which one?
The first one. The optimistic one.
I want Mizuki to redeem Kiriko so she's not a brat.
Okay. That actually doesn't feel that unlikely.
They're not going to do it. She's only marketable as a brat.
You really think so? Do people really love her for all the reasons I despise her?
Literally, yes.
Oh. Well, I guess not everyone. The people who do like her. I don't know. You got anything else? Is that really your only desire?
I want Wrecking Ball to be present again for once for a first time.
That's interesting. I mean, what role could Wrecking Ball
I don't
play?
know. I don't think he could realistically. I want more of the funny hamster. I want the marvelous misadventures of Wrecking Ball.
I just want to see Sigma rip one of those talon ships out of the sky, Darth Vader style. Yeah, I'm just thinking of that scene from like, not the Force Awakens, the video game, the Force Unleashed or something like that, where like the Sith like like force controls, like telekinesis controls, like an entire like Venator class battle cruiser out of the sky. That's what I want to see.
Where'd I get this picture? I found it. I found it amongst the frames of a clip I recorded. Deliberately searching for this.
Yeah, is this real? Was this really what you thought about? Like, oh, I'm doing a podcast episode with Astro. We got to put something cursed in the background.
Well, yeah, not really. I mean, you probably didn't see the specific clip of it from my stream on Tuesday, but I was like, as soon as I saw this highlight intro, I saw with my omnic eyes that there was a single close-up frame of her face right in the camera, and I was like, I must have that frame. So I got it.
Gotcha.
And it happened to be on hand, so I was like, yeah, I'll add this to the stream. What could go wrong?
You know what? I don't think it's negative. I don't think it's a negative.
Some would even say it's a positive.
Maybe this is what we should do. We should every episode you should have some bizarre little picture out in the back.
It just periodically changes over the course of the episode.
Yeah.
It's bigger or smaller.
Ian wanted good decoration for the podcast and blessed us. Yeah, sure. I guess I loathe to admit that Juno could ever make for good decoration, but thanks, Ian. Yeah, I'll thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think
you still haven't said what I should write on her head next.
Yeah, come on, give us something. Okay, so your desires are not terribly specific then.
No.
Okay. I mean, I think for me, I have the rather ambitious desire for them to actually write a complete story arc. Like literally just that simple. I think I want them to completely write a story that has a beginning, middle, and end. And that doesn't necessarily mean that like the Overwatch lore has to end. They can just go on to the next arc. You know, a new arc doesn't necessarily mean an entirely new setting with an entirely new character cast. Like Star Wars does that just fine. But it's I'm just saying, like, I want them to like have an actual story arc of like events in the world that has a beginning, a middle, and end, because they've never done that before once. That's what I want. You know?
Yeah.
Some actual character progression.
You ask a hard price to be paid.
Out of a live service game? Yeah, I'm aware. Because I think we've established that like free-to-play live service is like antithetical to that sort of thing, because it has no room for patience or like development over time. Everything has to be now. But I can hope. I think because I remember a few months ago we were so pessimistic about the story, and like I'm still not going to say I'm like 100% sold that this is going to go well. But I'm definitely closer to it than I've ever been before. At least since, like, Overwatch 2 got announced.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, unfortunately... so there was definitely, like, a huge boost of optimism with Spotlight in the first season. Where I'm like, oh my god, they might actually be, like, turning things around. But we're only at season 2, and I think the cracks are already showing in all this. So, like, I don't know what little optimism I was able to scrounge up from all the stuff over the past couple months. I don't know if I can offer any more at this point. In fact, I feel like whatever I did have is already draining.
Yeah, I think I agree to the extent that we shouldn't expect every season to be good. I think I have a little more optimism in the story department, But I think you're absolutely right that the cracks are showing as far as like we can't expect the quality to stay up like this. It's not realistic. It's just a matter of if the stuff happens at all, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's a decent chance that that happens, but it's no, you're right. I think season 2 is a wake up call that we have not magically entered a fairy tale era of like a second golden age because no matter what people try and say, this game will never ever ever go back to being like the juggernaut of quality that it was in like 2016, 2017. It just won't. It's never going to be that good again. It's
No.
it's the the modern video game industry landscape literally forbids it. Like quality is not what makes money anymore. Speed and quantity is what makes money. So, like that Blizzard polish, as long as the video game industry stays in this state, which granted, to be fair, I don't think is going to last forever. I think we are going to, I think we're already getting to the point where this sort of live service model is like on its way, on its like, it's showing its insustainability. But I think for the time being, and just regardless of that fact, I don't think we can ever expect this game to be as good as it was back then. Because Overwatch, the Overwatch that we originally knew was, as all artwork is, the product of the people who make it. And the same people are not making this game anymore. Like, basically the only people left is like just Aaron Keller. And that's it. So, and like Aaron Keller has a evidently very different philosophy to Jeff Kaplan, which is part of my issue with him, but that's a different matter.
Some people prefer Aaron Kellen over.
I know, which boggles my mind. It utterly boggles my mind. Not that I'm saying Aaron is like some awful person, but he's not Jeff Kaplan. He is not him.
I agree.
It is but no, we have to accept the fact that this game is never going to be that good again. It's something that I've just kind of had to accept, and I can try and be optimistic that we'll get close, and I can try to be optimistic that like this game will eventually once like the live service stuff like crumbles away as being sustainable, I hope we'll see an improvement in some way because the incentives will change. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I think Overwatch, I'm not going to say Overwatch is too big to fail because it got close to failing. But like, I think the IP is valuable enough that Blizzard wants to keep it going, even if the industry landscape changes. So, I think maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but I like to believe that once the free-to-play live service era finally crumbles to dust, that this game will probably be better off. Not as good as it was originally, but better off.
Bold of you to assume it ever will crumble to dust.
It's already starting to crumble to dust.
Is it?
Have you seen the numbers on like how much money live service games are making?
What is replacing them?
Nothing. That's the thing. People are just spending less money because they don't have money.
Poverty. That's what's replacing them.
Poverty. Yeah, correct. But like even like mobile game sales are down. Like even income from like the mobile game industry is down, and it's down on free to play too. The only type of game that is like holding a holding pattern is like single player games, story based games. They're doing well, and indie games are doing amazing, obviously. But like, yeah. Why do I not like free to play? Because it is anti art. It is anti quality. It is anti. It incentivizes speed and quantity over quality. and it exists to squeeze every last dime out of you, and it uh, it makes it basically it rewards the worst habits of like the corporate model. It's like it's it's like gotchifying stuff. It's terrible. It's terrible. I hate it. I could go on and on and on why I despise the free to play live service model.
Astra's an elitist who doesn't like those filthy pores playing the same games as him.
What are you talking about? I barely spend any money on this game. I am the pores. It is.
I know your deep secret, Astro. You can't hide it from me.
Yeah, okay. The only thing I'm an elitist for is wanting games to be about the game and not about the little microtransactions and skins and all the little extra stuff that you got to be choking up money for. Like it's just like it makes the video game less of it brings the focus off of the video game.
Yeah.
And it makes it about the stupid shop.
Yeah.
Like it's awful.
Yeah.
So that's why I hate it. That's part of why I hate it. I have a lot of reasons for hating it, but it rots everything it touches. It's utterly terrible. Ian trying to unlock class consciousness within the free-to-play crowd. That's me. That's not Ian. That's my goal. Credit to Ian. I think he's largely made his peace
with
the live service stuff.
Yeah.
But Overwatch had microtransactions. It had a gambling. Yes, you're correct. You are correct. I like neither, but I prefer the loot boxes. I was always a proponent of the same sort of model that games used to have, where it was just you paid up front and you got stuff by playing the game, and that's how you do it. Like video games, even nowadays, even technical live service games still do that. There are games that do that, and I think they're just a lot more fun, and a lot more rewarding. But if you have to have microtransactions, I was always of the opinion that you should have had to buy. You should have had to buy like the game itself, so that the distribution of the income stream wasn't so entirely based on selling skins. I think regardless, free to play is bad because it puts all of the revenue streams on in-game cosmetics and stuff like that. It's terrible. If we have to have microtransactions, I'd rather it just not be the focus, like it always is with free to play. I think free to play can be good when the art and community is put first with quality of life, but the suits tend not to care about the game, just leech. Yeah, no, you're correct. The problem is that those are one and the same. The free to play live service model can't exist really without the suits being that way. That's just sort of yeah. Otherwise, the incentive would put them towards upfront, like the upfront model. You're entirely correct that like it could happen, but the reasoning for live service existing in the first place is primarily because they want to of like what the suits desire. Like it couldn't exist without that, and it didn't exist without that. So, yeah. Free to play is fine. One of the microtransactions is buying a once a season $3.99 battle pass, and that's it. I hate battle passes, but like, if the microtransactions were just that, I think I'd be happier with that. I think the shop model is what's really bad. Um, yeah, I think the shop model is what's really bad, especially with how inflated the prices are. No, I understand they need to make money. I think I think the model isn't sustainable. Like it's so predatory. It's going to cannibalize itself. Um, like this has happened before in the gaming industry. There's a bubble, it crashes, because people think that this stuff is worth paying so much money for, and then they realize it's not. And this it's a cycle. This always happens. The problem is that we're in the middle of the worst part of it, I think. Yeah, no, I agree, Silver Lilies. You should just pay for the game. And if they really, really need to make so much more money, god damn it, just make it a subscription model. Like that's people don't like when I say that, but like it's better than having to nickel and dime you. And God, it's not even nickel and dime you. You have to pay $23 for a skin. It's not nickeling and diming you. It's like ripping wads of cash out of your wallet. What if we just kick the suits out of the gaming industry and return back to the classic one? God, please. Believe me, I wish games these days were like, you know, Halo, like pre Halo 5. Believe me. Okay. Well, I got somewhere to be in 4 minutes. So
Darn.
by that I mean an online appointment. So
But Juno's
I
not
think
covering the entire screen yet.
Yeah, Silver Lilies. I agree. That's sort of the exact sort of games I was thinking of, like Helldivers 2, Deep Rock Galactic, stuff like that. So I agree, Wordy. They're objectively not worth that much money. Technically, I would argue that nothing digital that is like nothing digital can be worth that much money because there's no there's no limit to it. You can just copy it infinitely. But we'll do this again. We'll do this again. This is fun. I think we had fun. Did we have fun?
Yeah.
Is that you being sarcastic or being honest?
No. It's great.
Okay.
I think it worked pretty well.
No, I agree. I think this worked pretty well. I think next time we need a more specific topic so that you can actually talk and I don't just monologue.
Yeah, and a new Juno image.
Yeah. But
gotta go find those aliens. Yeah.
I gotta go find those aliens. But I think this was a good test run. This went well. It seems the chat likes it. I will be uploading this to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to that. I think it should just be listed in your description, right? Or should I just put it in the chat?
Yeah, put it in the chat. If it's not listed in the description, you can just put it in there. You should be able to as a mod.
Yep. Copy link. So this is my YouTube channel. Go subscribe. Some podcast episodes will just be like a regular video format that I upload, but we will be also doing this format here and there. So yeah, this was fun. Ian is the student and Astro the teacher. I'm not sure I'd go that far. Ian's taught me an astonishing amount.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in that case, I don't know. I guess that's all we got for today. I guess Ian, you're probably just gonna go play Overwatch, right?
I'm probably gonna wrap up. Realistically, it's already been 3 hours.
All right. Well then, I will let you wrap up. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this was fun. And with that said, I'll see y'all later.
Bye, Astro.
Bye.
If you know who that guy was, he just sort of showed up and started talking. I didn't want to be rude or anything, but like, I was supposed to play Overwatch today. We're really behind. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Trying to do something.